Richard Nash here, and it's day 6. After watching the news, I've decided to do a story about story and truth and how they met. This comes out of the 17th century, came out of Europe, I believe. Here we go. The naked truth was sitting beside the river. He was crying. He had massive tears coming down his face. He was sobbing. He was depressed, despondent. It seemed that everywhere that the naked truth went, the people would run. They would lock their wives and children up. They would drive him out of the villages, out of the towns. No one wanted the naked truth there. And the naked truth was sitting, trying to decide if he was going to throw himself into the river or not. Because what use was he? What use am I, Creator? What use am I? I'm supposed to go and tell the people the answers that they seek. But everywhere I go, they throw things. They hide their wives, their children. I don't know what to do. And the naked truth began to sob even more. As the truth was sitting there sobbing, Story was walking down the path along the same river, and he saw the naked truth and walked up to him, put his hand on his shoulder, and said, "My brother, what is wrong?" And sobbing, Truth told him the whole story. How everywhere he went, he was rejected and had things thrown at him, driven from village to town to village. "What use am I, my brother?" he said. "What use am I?" And Story said, "Let me think." Story had an idea, and he looked at the naked truth and explained to him what the problem was. You see, truth, in your nakedness, in your awesomeness, in your total knowledge of everything, everywhere you go, people are frightened of you because you're naked. Your brilliance, your brightness is greater than the sun, and they see you coming and they run and hide. They lock up their women, they lock up their children, and they want to get you out because they're so afraid of you. I have an idea. What if you and I travel together? I think it might make a difference. And the truth looked up and said, I'll give it a try. Story went and gave the naked truth a robe and a hat with a nice feather in it. He taught him of prose and verse and metaphor. And they went off together, and the first village they came to, they were welcomed with open arms. And we know that this is true. We know that this is true because they've been traveling together ever since. If you think about it, all of the great wisdom, philosophy, religious teachings came with story, with metaphor, verse, and prose. And that is the story of the naked truth and story and how they travel together. So listen for the truth in the stories. And if the truth does not have story, help them put it together so it's acceptable. Help each other. Be kind. Be gentle. See you tomorrow.